Hey everybody, welcome back to Life Trap. I am Zhane, your host, and I'm super excited. We have somebody else in the building because you know how I do. So let him, introduce himself because y'all know how I am. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
It was real simple. Famous hands, celebrity barber, whatever you want to call it. Barber to the stars, barber to the NFL. I'm here with you today.
OMG, you guys, I'm super, super excited. I'm super nervous. So before we get started, I just want to say, I got me something to drink just to unwind. So make sure you have you something. He got him something. So we ready to get it started. Okay. I am so thankful to you for even doing this and taking the time out of your day, out of
I
anything.
appreciate you.
Um, Thank you so much. So, I mean, the first thing that I want to just jump into, you said celebrity barber. Like,
Mhm.
is that like for real, for real? First of all, tell the people where you live or where you're from.
I'm in Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, Georgia boy.
Yes.
Born and raised. You know how Atlanta is. Everybody in Atlanta, so it's kind of it's I won't say it's easy, but if it's something that you're looking forward to doing, or if you're trying to do, Atlanta is the spot if you want to just intertwine and get into the circle of celebrities and people just on the screen.
Yes, I was just there. So I'm so mad that I
Yeah,
wasn't able to like connect with you. It would have been so
yeah,
cool.
that'd have been
Um,
dope.
but when I come back, I'm definitely gonna check in because
For
I would
sure.
love the people to see what you're doing.
Okay.
So before I get to the celebrity part and like the intensity of it, how did you come about being a barber? Was it something like you thought about in school or?
Actually, now Zhane, it was something that I didn't even know I was good at in the beginning, just being away from home because I'm from Georgia, but I went to high school in the Bronx, New York. So
Wow.
when I got to the Bronx, haircuts was kind of too expensive for me at the time as a kid. And for somebody that likes to get a haircut on a weekly basis, I decided to take some of the money that I was spending getting haircuts and buy my own clippers. And so I started lining myself up. I played basketball. So me lining myself up, my teammates seen me doing that. And it just trickled into me lining my teammates up and taking care of them on the weekends. And I just looked at it and was like, hey, man, this is something that I'm good at that I didn't even know was a God-given talent. So it just went from there, really.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Um, Dang. So how did you get to the Bronx? Like, how did that happen?
Basketball. I got a scholarship to a high school in the Bronx. So I went to high school in the Bronx off a basketball scholarship. So that took me from Georgia to the Bronx at an early age.
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang, that's super cool. How was
Yeah.
the experience? Because I've never
Uh,
been there, so I always
culture,
ask.
a culture shock. Being from Georgia and everything kind of slow and mellow on the cool side, then you get to New York, it's just hustle and bustle. People everywhere, it's crowded. I don't like to say that New Yorkers have a rude attitude because I didn't experience that as going to New York as a Georgian. It was real welcoming. People took me in, and I got along with everybody. But the difference is definitely the just the nonstop. It's a city that never sleeps, and that's literally it never sleeps. So just being out there, seeing people grinding all day,
Right,
find any and every way to make a dollar. I kind of soaked that up being in New York.
right. Wow. I can't wait to go. I just love hearing everybody else's
Yeah,
stories. When you
yeah, yeah.
actually experience something, it's
Mhm.
completely different. So,
Right,
yeah,
that's
it's
true.
it's gonna be super exciting. So, how before I get any further into that, do you
Mhm.
want to talk about your basketball? Because I just want to know how far did you go in basketball?
I went pretty far. I played college ball and then played in a couple leagues after that. But my goal was to play professional ball. I never got a chance to do that, but I did get a free education off of it. So I say I got something out of it.
Well, that's good. Well, I
Yeah,
mean, hey, at least you got somewhere and you're able to be proud of that. So,
that's
yeah.
true. That's true.
Wow, I didn't even know you could get like a scholarship to a high school and
Yeah, yeah.
all of that.
Yeah, tuition-based high schools. You got some high schools that's just as expensive as colleges. So the
Wow.
school that I went to, I think it was like 10 G's a semester. So
Dang.
yeah, I mean that's something that I can't pay for. My mom couldn't pay for. So yeah, scholarship is definitely needed when you go to a school like that.
I can't see my mom even thinking about if I ever said 10 anything. She's like,
Straight
what,
up.
$10? Yeah,
Right.
no. Wow. Well, I mean, thank God you were blessed to be able to have that experience.
Exactly.
Um, yeah. Wow, it's already shocking me because every time I find somebody, I don't even know where I'll be finding them. I just be
Right.
scrolling and I happen to find somebody else. So I'm really thankful for this and to be able to have this experience. But I got to keep it 100% real. How? How was your barber um profession when the 2020 year was here? Was it,
The pandemic. It
yeah.
was in the beginning it was a standstill because the governor shut barbershops down here in Atlanta. So
Mm-hmm.
when we initially, well, let me back it up. When Corona initially hit, we started hearing the rumors that barbershops would be closing down. We just didn't know how long it would be. So when the governor decided to shut barbershops down, I think it was probably a month. And I promise you, it was kind of like, man, what am I going to do? Because at the time, we didn't know much about the virus. We didn't know if we could still cut. A lot of people they want to cut behind what the governor rules, but at the same time, we didn't know how serious it was. So we was like, maybe that's not a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I sat for probably a month and a half just so I could keep my family safe.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I was good for that first month and a half financially. But then after a month and a half, you're like, hey, man, I got to do something.
You got to
You know
get
what I
back to
mean?
it. Yeah.
Got to get back to it. So I started cutting people at their houses. I started going to my clients' homes and cutting them in their homes, just wearing a mask and just staying prayed up.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, I would say once the governor decided that barbers could go back to work, but we just had to follow some strict guidelines. A lot of my clients didn't want to go back into the barbershop. So I had to figure out a new way, to make my clients comfortable coming back and getting haircuts. So that's when I decided to go into a suite. So right now, ever since the pandemic up until now, I've been in a suite by myself, just cutting with a TV and a chair. You know what I mean? And
Fancy.
yeah, I mean, I had to step out of the traditional barbershop just to make my clients feel comfortable. And I mean, I promise y'all, when I did that, going back into the barbershop, my business just took off. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was me taking that extra step and putting my clients' health first,
Mm-hmm.
or if it was just, I mean, I don't know what it was, but my business just took off.
Sounds
And
exclusive.
yeah, I mean, it's a real exclusive setting. I mean, just me and the client, maybe their son or maybe another other significant one, but I don't allow more than those people in the shop at one time. I
Mm-hmm.
clean in between each client, and I think they just appreciate, you know, just the extra measures that I took just to keep
Mm-hmm.
them safe and put their health first.
Right.
Yeah,
Definitely. Yeah. Because not some people are sitting out here putting their papers saying, oh, yeah, well, we got our papers. We clean. We did this. But when you go in there, it's like,
they ain't
I,
doing none of that.
I
Yeah,
don't think nobody cleaned in here. So,
right.
yeah,
Right. Yeah.
that
So
that's
it's
good.
been good. It's been real good.
Well, I'm glad that you're able to bounce back from that experience because
Mhm.
it was a crazy one.
It
It was a,
was. It
it was a
really
crazy
was.
one. And that's when Life Trap came about because I was like, I gotta do something. I just gotta do something.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. And I always want to ask everybody, how was their 2020? Because I know it was crazy, but I know where you are now. It was like a blessing. So that's what I've
Mhm.
been hearing.
Exactly.
So
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm glad it was a blessing. So now we can get back to what I was saying.
Yeah.
Tell us about how long have you been in? the barber game?
This year made 10 years. Well, this year made 10 years in February.
Jeez. When
Like
did
I
you
said,
start?
I cut hair in high school and in college, but it wasn't professionally at all.
Okay.
I didn't know how unprofessional I was until I got into a barbershop and did an apprenticeship and got around some real solid barbers. That's when I realized I wasn't as good as I thought I was. So my first 2-3 years was really a learning process.
That's
But I was fortunate enough to be around some real solid guys that kind of walked me through everything, man. Everything that I needed to know, the do's and the don'ts, helping me build clientele and everything. So I was blessed to be in the position that I was in going into the barbershop initially.
right.
Yeah.
So you've been in the game for 10 years, and would you say if you didn't have that apprenticeship that you would not have grown and been where you are right now?
Uh, nah, the apprenticeship, I mean, I don't think, I think if I would have went to school, I wouldn't have learned the skills that I picked up as an apprentice. School, I mean, just speaking of barbering schools here in Georgia, it's a sanitation thing because you're dealing with the public.
Mm-hmm.
So skills, they don't really help you with that. I mean, they don't really focus on you should be fading better or you should be lining better. It's mainly how clean are you gonna be and how are you gonna handle emergency situations.
Right.
Just dealing with the public in general. And it makes sense, not dogging the barber schools. It makes sense because, you know, you're dealing with the public, so they want to make sure that you're fit, you know, to
Mm-hmm.
serve the public. And so yeah, I don't think I would be where I was if it weren't for the apprenticeship. To answer your question.
Well, yes, because sometimes I feel like it's on both sides, but sometimes I feel like if you do have those people, sometimes they're more of a I'll help you just to say I did it type people,
Oh
not
yeah,
not
yeah.
really give you the real goods on how to
Mm-hmm.
be as good as them. And
Yeah.
so, yeah, that was gonna be my next question. Would you ever want to share, or how do you share your information with other people so that they could be good, or if they want to start their journey on something like this?
Well, I do a school of my own, and me and my barber brothers, or who I consider my barber brothers, that's something that we thrive on, and that's something that we're big about. You know, not keeping our skills a secret and
Mm-hmm.
passing them along to the younger, you know, barbers. I
Right.
don't think I don't think a barber is doing the game any good by keeping the skills a secret. You know, well, everything that you've learned, not passing it on to somebody who's in desperate need of knowing.
Right.
So for me in my school, that's something that I do a school every other month. And I try to just pass on everything that was taught to me, everything that I've learned uh, hands-on and in the process of being a barber. I try to give it all to barbers that's coming into the game. And I mean, it's real helpful, man. It makes
So, have you ever been in the situation where you didn't feel like you wanted to do that? Were you ever in a stage where it was like, nah, I don't want to share?
nah, because from jump, people, I mean, like I said, from jump, I was just put around people who just dished it all out to me. And me being the person that I am, I don't think I've ever been that type of person. So once I learned all those gems from those veteran barbers, I was like, man, I gotta pass this on when it's my turn. You know,
Right.
so the first time somebody came to me with any type of wanting any type of advice, I was just willing to give it to them. And
Right.
I've always been that way as a barber and being in the game. I think it's the only way.
Right. Oh, see, that's the positivity. That's what
Yeah,
we need in this world.
yeah,
We
yeah,
need people who gonna give the younger generation that type of information so that they could be leaders to give to the next generation. Like we got to be able to
right,
pass this
right,
on.
right.
So yeah, and sometimes people can be very selfish and stingy. So
You
that's why
know
I
that.
asked. Yeah.
You know that.
So so how long have you had your school open, or
Uh,
how does it work?
since the pandemic, so about a year and a half now. because that's what I started doing during the pandemic. Something that I got innovative and started doing during the pandemic, just being away from everybody. So I started the Zoom. I started it all on Zoom, reaching out to several different states throughout the country, and I just put a camera in front of the chair, set several different topics and several different classes, one a week, on different topics like lining, on why to keep your hair clean before you cut it, fading, etc., etc. So I started that during the pandemic, and it's really been something good. And I'm proud that I started it because barbers are learning so much, man, from experienced barbers. You can learn so much from somebody that's been cutting for 10 years.
Exactly. Especially if they're gonna give you the real. So
yeah. Exactly.
What about YouTube? Do you have a YouTube channel?
I don't. My kid's been on me about starting a YouTube.
What is going on with him? Tell him what is happening.
Yeah, I've been meaning to do that, man, but I've been so busy. I got to sit down with somebody that really knows how to YouTube and get that going.
Yeah, I was like, you're gonna have to. I mean, if you're talking about celebrity barber, you're gonna have to reach out to. I know you got a bunch of connects, so reach out to one of them and tell them. But I know somebody got some friends that can show you how the setup goes. But
cool.
My own personal boyfriend literally will watch some of those videos just to see how to cut his own hair. So to be able to have your videos out there and sharing them and getting subscribers to constantly watch your work or be able to learn from you and grow with you, that's something big. So I'm always promoting that and telling people, YouTube, everything bigger. So
right.
Yeah, and you need a YouTube so that I can say, yeah, go follow his YouTube. Like,
right, yeah.
Come on now. Yeah, I need to be able to promote that. So, where do the people find you at all? They just find you on Instagram?
IG has really been helpful with me building my brand and just building my clientele. And then with my type of clients, it's really a referral type of business. Once you're dealing with celebrity clients and NFL players and that type of client, they really come to you once they see one of their own feeling comfortable with you cutting their hair.
Right.
So going into a celebrity's home, the next celebrity sees that. It's like, hey, he was in such and such home, so he's got to be a solid dude, So it's just a referral-based type of thing. It's a domino effect once you cut one.
Right. See, yes. And so, okay, great thing you got into that. So what advice could you give to someone if they are doing something like this, as far as the way that you treat, or I'm going to say treat, because I don't really know the act part upon when you're with a celebrity. I don't know. But how do you treat them as far as when you're a barber? Do you bring anything? Do you do anything special?
Yes. You want to bring everything, such as lighting, every tool that you use in the shop. You want to bring to a house call, a studio call, or commercial, whatever the case may be. And you want to be as professional as possible, not being late, not asking too many personal questions, those type of things. Because once you get too personal with some of these people, they're like, hey, you're getting too personal. And once you're late, you kind of dead after that anyway. Because, you're dealing with somebody whose whole life is pretty much on schedule.
Right.
Yeah, being on time is key, and it's huge when trying or once you get into that type of clientele.
Right. Oh wow. So yeah, you guys make sure you be on time.
Right.
Punctuation is key. I'm writing that down for myself, just by the way, so you guys know. Because I'm horrible with that. Okay.
Hey, take practice.
Especially, yes, I'm working at it, because being a girl, it's so hard, and everybody thinks it's so easy, but it's so hard. So yeah, I'm writing that down for me, but y'all need to make sure y'all on time too. That's okay. So how your father, right?
Yeah.
Okay, how many children do you have?
I got 7 kids, actually. and that's all. That's from marriage and me having kids on my own. So we got 4 boys and 3 girls.
Wow. Okay, that's like blessings after blessings. That's awesome
Yeah,
that y'all
yeah.
have even number, or like at least enough for the both.
Almost right, right.
Yeah. So wow, how is it being a father of 7? Like,
Like it's like going inside Ti's house. It's
that's
nonstop.
funny. I
I
mean, that's a
tell
great
you,
way to explain it. I mean,
yeah,
perfect.
it's nonstop. But I wouldn't have it. I wouldn't have it any other way, man. I always wanted a big family as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't necessarily think I would have 7 kids, but I tell you, it's a joy to walk into a house and have so many people love you.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh, that's so
yeah,
beautiful. I like
yeah.
that.
It's a blessing. It's a
I
blessing.
That's how we need to start. I feel like, and tell me if you agree, I feel like our generation has lost that part of the love
Oh
of
yeah,
children. They don't want to have children. I say that to me personally as well. Not only that, but it's also because we can't usually afford to take care of
that
children.
too. That too.
But yeah, it's like if you can afford it, I feel like that's something that you should do. But I mean, to each his own. I don't know how you feel about that, but that's just my generation
Nah,
personally.
you're right. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. I don't I don't know why, but yeah, back then people were having like 12 and 13 and
Yeah, like yeah,
a bunch of
grandma, yeah,
kids.
yeah. You wouldn't be here if you would if your
Yeah.
grandma didn't have 12 kids.
So many uncles, so many aunties. It's
Right.
just like, yeah. So the families usually were big. That's how we have, still, big enough family now. But there wouldn't be no family reunions if people wasn't having 13 and
No,
so
you're right.
kids.
You're
So
right. Absolutely right.
yeah. How important do you think family is when it comes to the work and family balance?
Very, very important. Uh, I mean, the way that I grind and the reason that I work so hard is because of my family. Uh,
Right.
yeah, when I was younger and I didn't have the family that I have now, I did a lot of selfish things. You know what I mean? I was real selfish minded. So having a family and having somebody depending on you and trying to build something for them to have when I'm gone, it just makes it really makes me go hard and it really keeps me going daily. You know, I get up
Right.
every day and I pray every morning that, I could do something new and I could make another, add another block to what I'm building for my kids. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, can you tell the people how important it is to have something left behind for your children? Because I don't think people understand why it's important.
Yeah, I mean, that's key for any man, for any woman, for you to build something for your kids to have so they won't have to go through the same things that you went through. I mean, that I mean, that's just gotta make sense to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's gotta
That's
make sense to you.
that's big. I feel like people don't be understanding that. They think, maybe one day or it'll eventually get there when I'm
Right,
older.
right, right.
But
Nah,
I mean, if you do it now, have to worry
I know.
about it later.
You
It'll
don't
be
have
a
to
lot
worry.
more. Yeah.
Exactly,
So,
exactly.
yeah, I'm just trying to get the younger people to start investing in themselves a lot more now. I feel like we invest ourselves into the jobs or whatever we're trying to do more than we do our families and ourselves. So,
Right.
self
All right.
care, family care, all that good stuff. So, my question to you is, do you really know your family? Like how close are you and your family?
Close.
Like super
Close.
close.
Yeah, super close. I've been there for everything monumental that my kids have done like since they were born. And same with me. Everything that I do, they want to be out here right now, but I told them they make too much noise. So we just like being a part of each other's life. Me, my wife, man, we're big on family and supporting family and just being there for them, as much as we can.
Wow. And he doesn't have a YouTube channel. I am like mind blown right now. He has two different reasons. He has a family of 7, and then him and his wife. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Like, I can't even imagine. I can barely take care of my one. Okay, so
Right.
I will be screaming my head off at all of them. So,
Yeah.
wow, yeah, like, hats off to you, because I tell people parenting is
Uh,
a crazy thing to do.
man,
So
tell
when
them,
you
tell
do
them,
it,
tell them.
you got to make sure that you do it right. And when you do it right, it's just like, I mean, you're a freaking hero in my eyes. I don't care. You're a
Yeah, you're
hero.
right. You're right.
7, like, oh my gosh, yeah. And all of them are yours. That is
Right.
mind blowing. Yeah. Yeah, no wonder they're like, can we get a YouTube? Because we got all this stuff going on. Like,
Yeah,
people
they've been
would
screaming for
laugh.
YouTube. And
See,
not, I mean, just to touch off of what you said, everybody's been telling me to get a YouTube just because of my family situation. Not
yes.
just because of barbering, but it was like, man, you're a businessman, you handling your business, you're building a brand, and you there for everything that your family does. Like,
Yes,
it's a
you
lot.
need 2 different channels just so people can watch your family and then watch you when you do barber. Because I'm just
Straight up.
like, seriously? So if I had 7 children, I would. Somebody got to see this, because this is crazy in here. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, yeah. So that's a big thing. I think being a father to any child is a big thing. So to have
Mhm.
7 depending on you, and to have a wife, like, yeah, that's, yeah, you're doing good. You're doing
Yeah,
a good
thank
job.
you. Thank you, Joe.
Man, dang, people be blowing my mind. Like, they think that I just be kidding, but no, they be literally blowing my mind, because I've never met people like this. Honestly, never met people like this. And I'm super surprised at where you are. So,
Thank
Jesus, tell the people, was it hard? Was it hard to get to where you are now, as far as your journey of
Yeah. Yeah, it was
starting?
super hard. As a youngin' man and being a young black male, you can only imagine like the obstacles that I had to overcome, and not just worldly obstacles, obstacles that I set for myself, just fighting off myself and who I was at a young age. It was hard. It was hard just trying to find my way, because after basketball, I really didn't know which way to go. I was dependent on basketball so much. And
Mhm.
when that didn't work out for me, it was just like, man, where do I go now? Like, what am I gonna do, to build some type of financial stability for my family, and just get it going in my career. So it took me years just to figure out what did I want to do. I worked all type of odd jobs, and I had a boss, and that definitely didn't work out for me. Then I did a lot of things that I wasn't supposed to do. That definitely didn't work out for me. And it just kept landing me in places that I didn't want to be in, where my family couldn't really have a relationship with me that we should be having. So just man, it was super hard, Zhane. It was super hard. So just really, I'm telling you, man, just putting God first into my life, and just really believing in prayer, it really, really got me to the place where I am now. And just having a solid woman, having a
Mhm.
solid wife, and just somebody that believed in me and kept ramming in my head that I was better than who I was at the time. That
Mhm.
really did a number for me. So, but it was super hard. It was super, super hard. But I
I'm
thank God where we are now as a family. I thank God for uh for where I am now as a businessman, and all the opportunities that I have coming my way. I just thank God every day from who I used to be, and who I see now. For real.
Yes, yes. These are good stories.
Yeah.
I need the people to know it wasn't easy, okay? It wasn't
Nah,
easy to get here.
nah, it's hard work.
Yes,
Hard work.
nothing is easy, no matter how hard. We try and we pray and we wish that it was, because that's me. I'll be praying,
Right,
like, make it
right,
easy, but it's not.
right.
Oh my gosh, I just want to say I'm super proud of you. Just hearing your story, like, I'm
I
super
appreciate
proud.
it.
Yes,
Appreciate
to even be here. So yeah, for this opportunity, I'm proud.
it.
Wow. So he's going to get a YouTube, guys, just so you
I
know.
am. I
So,
promise.
so go look at his Instagram so you can check and keep an update on that because he's gonna get one. Okay, probably two. Um, he- Jesus, like he's so precise with it, with everything. I'm like, oh gosh. I'm I'm kind of mind blown. So, what made you say that being a barber was the one thing that was going to be different from everything else?
Uh, it just came easy to me. Not to say that it wasn't work or it didn't take work to become as good as I think I am, but it was something that I woke up every morning. I didn't feel like I was working, but at the same time I
Mm,
was making money.
right.
So I mean, every day in the beginning up until now, I wake up and I go into the shop or I go to an appointment, a video shoot or whatever the case may be. It just don't feel like work to me.
Mm,
So, working all of those odd jobs that I was mentioning before, I compared the two and it was just like, man, which one do you want to do? Do you want to wake up and you want to, just hate going to work every morning, or do you want to wake up and be joyful going to work every morning? So, of course, you're going to pick, waking up being joyful. And that's what barbering brought to my life. It was just something that came easy, something that put a smile on my face in the morning, and something that I didn't feel like I was working, at all, not a
right.
day. Yeah.
Dang. See, I'm trying to get like him when I grow up. Okay. I'm trying to be like him. I need to be
No,
able to feel like this is not work. I love
yeah.
coming here. I hate my
Mhm.
job. So yeah. I'm like, yeah, I'm there right now. I don't like my job. So I'm sorry, job. But either way, it's a blessing that it is a job.
It
But
is
with
a blessing.
all those odd jobs, did you feel like any of those kind of trained you for your
Mhm.
career?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I mean, just dealing with people in general,
Mm-hmm.
people are people. So I don't want to sit here and say that every person that I cut is just like, and just a great person or with a great attitude. I've dealt with people with, not so good attitudes,
Mm-hmm.
having a bad day, want to rush you through a cut. So having those odd jobs with bosses, that expect so much from you, with such little pay, it prepared me for what I'm doing now. I definitely can say that.
That's good. I just got to make sure
Yeah.
people know, everything's in the process. Everything. It's all
Yep.
in the process.
Everything for a purpose. Right.
Yes. So, speaking on that subject, how do you feel about giving people advice on dealing with someone who is having a bad day or is a little, I don't know, obnoxious at the moment?
Just be patient. Don't take everything so personal. And remember that you're handling business. It's not your family. It's not your wife. It's somebody at the end of the day that's gonna go their way and you're gonna go yours.
Mm-hmm.
So just be patient, stay professional, and handle your business and get your money.
So, have you ever had a moment where you had to tell the person, like, I can't do this because they were being too much for you?
I have. In the beginning, I did. I didn't know how to control my attitude as well as I do now in the beginning. So it was times where I was like, "Hey, I don't think I'm the best barber for you, man." So and it's a polite way to do that. But
Mm-hmm.
I try not to do that at all now. If somebody chose me to be the barber and are willing to pay me what I charge for cuts, I try to I like I said, I just try to be professional. You know,
Right.
it is a limit, it is a limit. Some people can be, over the top sometimes, but fortunately I haven't dealt with people like that in a long time. And I could say to the youngins or to the barbers coming into the game, you pick who you want to cut. You know what I mean? It's not like a job where you're going in and you're doing a list of things that you don't want to do. You're the
Right.
boss. So you
Mm-hmm.
pick who you want to cut. You pick who you want to deal with on a daily basis.
See, that's the best thing about being your own boss. That's what y'all need to get. Oh my gosh, yeah, I can't wait to be my own boss one day. It's gonna be great.
You're a boss now. You're a boss now.
Yes, I'm getting there. I'm learning from the best, the greats, the people who have done it and doing it before me, so that I can be better. And I'm trying to show the other youngins so that they can be better. This
You
is what we're
go.
trying to
There you
do.
go.
So I'm thankful that I met you and we're able
Thank you.
to share your story with the people and that
Thank
you came from all the way over there. Like, I'm super happy that you
you.
sat down for a moment and got this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hopefully he sits down, guys, and does his YouTube channel. Just gonna keep
Go.
putting that out there.
Definitely.
Yeah, because I mean him and his family over there already getting the bag. Why not just add another one?
Right.
Come
Right.
on.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah. So oh, speaking of you being a celebrity barber, so does your wife do anything? Is she like spectacular
Yeah,
too?
she is. I mean, she do a thing. She works for the city of Atlanta. I don't know if you know the mayor of Atlanta, Keisha Lance Bottoms, but she's on that administration. She's yeah, she's the chief revenue director for the city of Atlanta. Yeah, so
Dang.
she counts every coin that the city spends.
See, she could.
Yeah,
She probably gonna love some more coins. So go
yeah.
ahead.
She the
You
real boss.
yes. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh, that's awesome. Like I
yeah,
know for a fact most of the time. I'm not gonna say all the time. Most of the times you have a man who's strong, independent. Then there has to be a woman that is strong and independent right next. Like, come on, somewhere.
yeah.
So yes, I see you guys, they out there doing their thing. I'm super. I mean, I guess I should say proud of your family because y'all sound like y'all are doing great. um, wow. So okay, before we go anywhere else, how long have you been in Atlanta? Were you born and raised in Atlanta?
I was actually born in Augusta. I've been in Atlanta for about 20 years now, though, off and on.
Oh wow. So
Yeah, yeah.
do you love it?
Augusta's, I love it. I love it. It's just a city of opportunity. Uh, so much going on in Atlanta, especially now with them shooting movies and kind of making it the home for, the new Hollywood, as they say. But
What?
yeah, I mean, they shooting. I think in 1 week you may have like 20 movies, major movies in production in Atlanta at one time. So I
Wow.
mean, yeah, it's bringing so much work to the city. And then just Atlanta being such a predominantly black city, I just love it. I love it. I've been a lot of places and I lived a lot of places. And you don't get that. You don't get that a lot with so many black people, that are on their thing, that's doing their thing, that's on their job and just really getting to the bag. You know,
Right.
it's a good networking city. It's a good city to raise a family in. And
Mm-hmm.
Atlanta's home. I love Atlanta.
See, I'm thinking about moving there, guys, and every time I go back, I fall more and more and more in love with it. I just feel like
Atlanta
I should.
does that. Yeah, Atlanta
Yes.
does that. The
I
more you
mean,
come, the more you're gonna fall in love with it. So
the food. I mean, that's all I come there for. I mean, the food and the trees. I love, love, love the
yeah,
trees,
yeah.
but the food
Fine.
is everything, bruh. Like, oh my gosh, what's your favorite place to eat at in Atlanta?
Ah, man. Two urban licks.
Two Urban Licks. That's what it's
Yeah,
called.
two urban licks. Yeah,
They have the
yeah,
craziest names over there.
yeah, it's dope. That's probably one. I just had a birthday party there. That's one of my favorite spots.
What do they serve?
You name it. Salmon, ribeye, lobster tails.
I'm a
Uh,
seafood person. Mm.
yeah, you name it, they got it.
See, yes, I be needed to know because when I go down there, sometimes I'm like searching for stuff and I can't really find nothing. So,
Mhm.
and that's just me because I'm not a person that lives there. But
Yeah.
I'm super excited for you guys. Is there anything happening in the future as far as adding on more to you doing your barber thing?
Yeah, we just launched our website probably at the beginning of the year this year, and also we launched a product line with all natural picks, with all natural combs, all natural beard products and hair products.
Oh, that's
Yep,
awesome.
yep, yep. So we got that going on right now. I'm really trying to get that out there to the people. I'm trying to make that kind of a household brand.
So, do you have the name and everything yet, or is that something that's not out yet?
of the brand of the
Yeah,
product line. Yeah,
product line.
everything's Famous Hands. Everything's Famous Hands. We got lotion, uh, beard balm, beard oil,
You
beard
got beard
soap.
oil?
Yeah, we got picks with Famous Hands on them, made out of all natural bamboo wood. That's way
Oh,
better for your beard than a metal pick. So we
yes.
got a lot. We got a lot going on.
Yeah, that would be super cool for like, little, what do you call it? Packages for men for their
Yeah,
birthdays.
yeah.
So,
Go to the website. We got all of that on the website. We got different packages. Actually making a package right now for Father's Day.
oh, it's gonna be cute. Yeah, I don't know if I should get somebody something or not, but either way,
You
that's gonna
should.
be a really, really good idea. No, I definitely want to get some beard oil because apparently that's what they need. But um, yeah, I want to get some of that. I'm glad that you mentioned product line because I was just about to say like, what else is coming up? I know something else has to be happening. Um, so yeah, Famous Hands. That's the product line, okay, y'all. Don't
Yep,
forget.
yep. Website is famoushandsllc.com.
LLC.com. Yes, and all that is going to be in the link in the description below. Okay. Make sure that you guys go follow his Instagram. Like just run
Yeah.
it up. Just run it up even more than it already is. And make sure that you go follow us at Life Trap 2020 Podcast. Tell all your friends, okay, all your friends that you was here, okay, and you got to see this podcast and that they should watch it too. Okay. It's inspiring. Anyways, do you have any last messages that you want to tell the people so that they may be more inspired?
I want to take one quick second, Zhane, to big up what you're doing, platform that you're creating for people, and everything that you're doing right now, man, is huge. I wanna send blessings your way on everything that you're doing, everything you plan on doing in the future. I want to appreciate you for having me.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
I'm
Yeah.
trying out here. I'm trying. So
Yeah.
thank you. I want to go ahead and toast to all of the greatness, all of your future endeavors and your beautiful family. And thank you so much and blessings to you.
Definitely. Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Mm. I'm so excited, you guys, for you guys to be able to see this and share his story with you guys, and hopefully you'll share it with someone else that maybe wants to be a barber in their lifetime. I hope to see him one day face to face and get a better vibe and get you guys some more stories because I know he has more, but I mean that's all the time we have for now. Okay, so he gave us everything as much as he could for this little bit of time. So yeah, I mean, thank you so much for being proud of me. I'm proud of you. Keep doing what you're doing and tell your family that I said hi.
I will.
And yeah, don't forget to share this video.
I won't. I got you.
Bye, guys. Like and subscribe.
Thanks again. All right.
Thank you. Bye.
Have a good one.